Hello, welcome to class. I'm Jivana. My pronouns are he and him, and I appreciate you being with me here today. This will be a chair yoga session. It'll be a journey through the winter forest. That's what we're going to practice today. So we're going to use our imagination a bit. But before we start, a couple of things. I want you to get comfortable in a chair. We're going to do a chair practice. So if it's possible, find a chair that doesn't have arms. If it does have arms, it's okay. I'll offer some options as well for that. And if you have wheels, like in a wheelchair or an office chair, make sure you lock them. And then check the height of the seat of your chair. If your legs are long, you can sit on a cushion like me, or you can put something under your feet to elevate your feet. And then if it's comfortable, try sitting away from the back of the chair, or you can place support, like a blanket or pillow, behind your lower back to create some lumbar support. You can have your feet slightly forward of your knees and your legs a little wider than your hips. And of course, as always, it's your practice, so make sure that you're really trying to listen to your body and only do as much as you can without straining. Give yourself what you need for this practice. So let's start with a centering. Maybe take a breath and see if you can inhale, lengthening your spine all the way up to the top of your head. And as you exhale, keeping your spine nice and long, see if you can let go of any other tension in the body. Taking a few more breaths. I thought we could do some ujjayi breathing. This is a practice where you make a little whispering sound in your throat. So it's like the sound of the wind. And for today, like I said, we're going to be imagining we're going for a walk in the woods in the winter. And maybe you can start by imagining the sound of the wind whistling as you use ujjayi breathing on the exhalation. So the way we do it is it's like making a ha sound, like an H sound. You can try that a few times with your mouth open, inhale, and then exhale. And you can try with your mouth closed. So inhale, relaxed breath. Exhale, ujjayi breathing. That little whispering sound in your throat. You probably can't hear me doing it. It's so quiet and subtle. Like the sound of the wind through the trees. Take another breath like that. This time, inhaling, relaxed breath. Exhale, make that ujjayi breath as long and slow as you comfortably can. Again, without straining at all. And relax your breath and notice how you're feeling. And before we get started on our little journey, I thought we could warm up by the fire. So let's imagine you're sitting by a fire. Maybe you could rub your cold hands. So maybe it's a cold day. Of course, I live in Southern California, so it's not really that cold today, but you can imagine rubbing your hands. Maybe you're sitting by that fire, getting ready to go outside for a nice stroll. And then when you feel some heat in your palms, see if you can cup them over your eyes. You can either hover the hands over the eyes or place them on your face, blocking out all the light. Taking a breath there. Let's try that again. So rub your hands together. Create some heat in your palms. And then cup the warm palms over your eyes. And take a breath. Letting that warmth and darkness relax your eyes all the way back into your brain. Giving yourself a little gentle massage on your face, your eyes, your jaw. Release your hands. And let's get ready for the walk. So I thought we could start by imagining we're putting on our shoes. So if it's comfortable, you can take your right foot and place it on the top of your left thigh. And if that's not comfortable, you could use a prop. Like you could have a block maybe. Place your foot there. But if you can reach your foot, what I'd like you to try to do is to First, maybe just say hello to your foot, give it a little massage while you have access to it. And then imagine you're putting on your shoes. You're putting on the shoe on your right foot. And then maybe stretch your foot a little bit. You could use your hands to help, pointing and flexing your foot or making circles with your ankle. Saying hello to your foot. Hello, foot. You're ready to go for a walk. Okay, and let's get your other foot up here. So again, you can bring your left foot onto your right thigh, or you can use a block. See if you can reach down and give your foot a little attention, giving a little massage. Also notice a little stretch in your hip. You might feel that while you're here. It's almost like a pigeon pose. A little stretch in the hip. Putting on that shoe, or imagine you're putting on the shoe. And if you're wearing shoes right now, it's fine. You could spend your time pointing and flexing or making circles with your ankle. Okay, and then release that side. And then we're going to imagine we're going to walk. So you can either imagine walking, or if you want, you can lift one leg up and drop it down at one at a time, lifting up, dropping down like that. Or you can use your the muscles in your legs and lift one at a time, like you're walking in place. You could even engage your arms like you're marching, walking a nice pace. Okay, and if you want to make it more challenging, what you could do is you could try doing that, stepping one foot forward and then the other foot forward. One foot forward, the other foot forward. That's challenging. Okay. Maybe you could spend a moment coming up onto your toes. Good. Inhaling here. Exhale down. Inhale, lift your toes up off the floor. And exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And just continue that way for a few more rounds. So you're lifting your toes as you inhale, lowering down as you exhale, lifting your heels. Exhale, lower down. Okay. And then let's imagine that we've walked outside and we're in the woods. And you can look around and you can see some trees. And I notice, look, there's a pine tree. And there's some pine cones. Maybe we can pick a pine cone. Do you pick pine cones? I don't know, but let's imagine we're going to pick some pine cones. So let's take your left hand and reach up, reaching high up in that tree without straining, but as high as you can go. Grab a pine cone in your hand and then bring it down. We're going to put it in a basket on the right side of you. So you're reaching to your left, this time all the way out to the side. Inhale, grab that pine cone, and exhale, place it down in that basket that's on the other side of you. I guess we're collecting pine cones, and maybe we can do something with them. I don't know what we can do with them. Can you make a fire with pine cones? And down on the other side. One other one that's really up high, and then crossing your body and putting it in the basket. And let's try with your other hand now. So reach up for a pine cone. Inhale, reach up. And place it in the basket on the other side of you. Reach far to the right, all the way over there without falling out of your chair. And then place it in the basket. Another one really up high again. And this time, maybe pause and you can smell it. Can you smell the pine? And then place it in that basket. Great. Notice how you're feeling. And then look, I see an eagle. Can there be an eagle in the woods? Maybe. For today, there will be. So let's try doing an eagle pose. Now, there's a few ways to do this in the chair. If you want, you can try crossing your legs. So you can take your right foot and bring it over the left, crossing at your thighs. Or you could cross at your ankles. Or you could take a block, place it on the outside of your left foot, and place the right foot on there. So see what feels good for you. And then we'll take your arms, bring your arms really wide out at shoulder height. Inhale, arms apart. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Inhale, arms wide apart. Imagine these are your wings. You're flapping your big wings. Exhale, come back and give yourself a hug. And then you can add some spinal movement. Inhale, lift your chest and your head. Exhale, rounding your back. Give yourself a hug. Try that one again. Inhale, lifting your head and your chest. Arms come out to the sides. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Good. And release your arms. Release the legs. Let's do the other side. So you can cross your legs however you had them. You can have them on the other side. Use the block if you want. Inhale, arms apart. Exhale, giving yourself a hug. This is our dynamic flying eagle. It's a flying eagle. Maybe you can picture that bird flying in the sky. A clear blue sky on a cold day. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. See if you can cross your arms the opposite direction, the other one on top. I guess it's not the opposite direction, it's just the other one on top. As you exhale, and release. Great. And then maybe, is there a lot of snow on the ground? You want to imagine you're making a snow angel. So I was thinking we could imagine we're making a snow angel a few ways. You can inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale down to your sides. And then if you want, you can add a leg movement or not. So you can either inhale and open your legs out. Exhale, bring everything back together. Inhale, arms come out, legs come out. And exhale, everything together. Let's try a few more. Inhale, feet apart, arms out and up. Exhale, everything together. Is that how you make a snow angel? I'm not sure. And then rest. Notice how you're doing. And actually, there was that beautiful tree. So maybe we could imagine being the tree, being that pine tree. And I'm going to use a block for this. Of course, tree pose is one of my favorites. So you can open your right leg out to the side, especially if you don't have a arm on that chair. And maybe you could take the heel of your right foot and press it into the front leg of your chair. And then bring your left foot a little closer in, but right in the middle of your chair. And lean forward slightly. Put some weight into that left foot and see if it's comfortable to engage the muscles of your left leg. Great. And then spot with your eyes. So you want to gaze at one point to help you with balance. And then we're going to place a soft block. If you want, you can try placing a soft block on your head. Or if you have something like maybe a paperback book or something that won't hurt you if it falls. Even like a little notepad. See if you can balance it on your head. And bring your palms together at your chest. Gazing at that point with your eyes. Palms together, or you can separate the arms like a big Y shape, like branches. Big branches of that beautiful pine tree. Taking a breath here. And then bring your palms back together at your chest. You can take the block away. And we'll switch sides. So open your left leg out to the side. You can have the heel against the leg of the chair. And bring your right foot right into the middle of the chair, but a little closer towards your body. Lean forward into your right foot, pressing down. Engaging the muscles if you can. Gaze with your eyes at a spot. If you'd like to place something on your head, you don't have to put anything on your head. You can do this without, of course. Palms together. Find your balance. If you want, you can have your arms apart. Like a big tree. You can feel that as you inhale, you're reaching up to the sky like the tree branches do. And as you exhale, feel the roots of your tree from the sole of your right foot all the way down into the earth. Inhaling up to your arms. And exhaling down, all the way down through your legs. Great. And then you can bring the palms together first. And release your block. Notice how you're doing. You can bring your leg back. How are you doing? So maybe we'll go home now and rest. That was a lot of activity on a cold winter day. And maybe you could just curl up and rest in child's pose. So I thought you could get comfy. There's a few ways to do child's pose in the chair. I'm going to show you a couple of them. I'm going to use a bolster for one. So if you have a bolster, you can have it standing upright between your legs. So if you don't have a bolster, I'll show you another way in a second. And you lean forward with your legs apart and place your forearms on your thighs towards your knees. Holding the bolster, You're going to lengthen your spine and then place your forehead down on the end of the bolster. Now, if you don't have one, you can do a similar pose with your hands. So interlace your fingers and either rest your head down so that your thumbs come just to the inner eyebrow, or you could rest your head on the outside of your thumbs, the outside of the hands. Who's at the inside of your hands? So find a pose where your head is resting on something. And that's what we'll do for our child's pose. Resting your head down. Releasing any tension in the body. Letting go of the neck and the shoulders. Taking a few breaths. See how that feels to you. Or find a different position that's more comfortable. Another way to do this would be to rest your head on a table. So if you're sitting in front of a desk, for example, you could rest your head on a table with the hands overlapping, the forehead on your hands. Okay, just take a few more breaths here. And then slowly release. Sitting back up, you can rest for a minute in Shavasana. Finally relaxing after a long day. Find a comfortable position in the chair, or you can relax on the ground or on a couch or in bed. Resting back. Let's take a minute here, very quick Shavasana. Sending the mind through the body. So use your mind to explore how you're feeling right now on a very subtle level, but I want you to make sure that you're doing it in a non-judgmental way. So see if you can bring neutral or even a kind awareness down to your feet and legs, into your hips and buttocks, your pelvis and abdomen. Bring that non-judgmental, neutral, or kind awareness up into your chest, into your hands and arms and shoulders. Awareness through the back of your body, up your spine, to your neck, and into the face, releasing the entire face. And just notice the entire body in a neutral way. Stepping back and observing the body. And also noticing your breath and any energy you can experience in your body. Energy can be experienced as heat or electrical sensations. Without judging the body, notice what you experience on an energetic level. And then observe your mind itself, noticing your thoughts. Let them come and go. Just like clouds in the sky, those white puffy clouds in the blue sky. Even when the mind is filled with thoughts, the sun is still shining beyond them, right? The true self is still there beyond the mind. So just take one more moment here, connecting to something beyond your mind. What do you experience there? And then bring your awareness back to your breath and deepen it slightly. So inhaling a little more fully, exhaling more, a little deeper, waking your body. Maybe stretch out and sit back up, just for another minute or so. I thought we could try a pranayama practice. This is one I don't often teach in accessible yoga, but it's really kind of exciting to do, especially in the quieter months when you feel like you need more energy. Kapalabhati raises energy in the body. I thought we could try doing it out loud at first. So first, check your posture, make sure you're nice and steady. And what we'll do is we're going to snap in the belly to exhale and let it relax for the inhalation. But rather than the way you may have done this before, I want to have an experiment where we do it out loud. All right? So you can have your hand on your belly if you want. And you snap and you're going to make a sound of ha, like that. Ha, right? So every time you exhale, you make a ha sound. So let's do a few of those together. So inhale gently, exhale a little bit. Inhale again. Ha, 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 ha. Good. And then inhale, take a nice deep inhalation. Pause just for a moment, and then exhale with that ujjayi breath that we practiced earlier. Slow, long breath. And then see if you can actually feel or sense energy rising up into your head. Kapalabhati means skull shining breath, so you want to feel a sense of your whole head shining with energy. Let's try that one more time. This time, if you want to be in the holiday spirit, you could say ho instead. You want to try that? So exhale gently. Inhale slightly. Ho, 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 ho. Good. Inhale deeply. Pause for a moment. And exhale with ujjayi breathing, feeling or imagining energy flowing up your spine into your head. Okay. And let's just do one more breathing practice for a minute. We can do alternate nostril breathing. You can try a few ways. One is the traditional way where you take the right hand, you make a gentle fist, and extend the last two fingers in your thumb so that your ring finger and thumb are on either sides of your nose. Or you can use your your index finger and your thumb, if that's more comfortable, or even your other hand. You can also practice this mentally without using your hand at all. But I wanted to give the instruction with your hand just to make it more practical. So closing your right nostril with your thumb, exhale from your left nostril. Inhale left. And then switch sides. Exhale right. Inhale right. And switch sides. And I really want you to go at your own pace with that same pattern. The pattern of exhale, inhale, switch nostrils. Exhale, inhale, and switch. Let's do one more round. This time, see if you can engage ujjayi breathing on the exhalation. So exhale slowly. Inhale, and switch. And then exhale again slowly with ujjayi. And find your way back to an exhalation from the right nostril. You can release your hand, relax your breath, notice how you're feeling. We can sit for a minute in meditation. One of my favorite practices is to meditate on a mantra, Om Shanti. It's actually the most traditional practice in yoga, mantra meditation. But I thought for this class we could practice meditating on the idea of peace. And we can use the mantra Om Shanti. And Om is the vibration or the sound of the whole universe, sometimes called pranava. And then Shanti means peace. So let's try practicing together. We can say it out loud at first and then get quieter, repeating the mantra Om Shanti in your mind. And whenever your mind wanders off, it's okay, don't judge. Just bring yourself back as soon as you've noticed. That's the practice of meditation. So join with me. Om Shanti. 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 We can end by bringing our hands together at our chest and maybe just spend a moment to send any peace or energy that you found in this practice, some of that energy out into the world. You can think of people that are on your mind, or simply send the energy to anyone who needs it, anyone who's suffering right now. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.